What month is it? This is hosted by Tammy Happiness Created with co-hosts CJ DIY and Brenda Rustic and Lace. The special guest host is Brandy, the DIY Struggle. So we will hear about this in a little bit. So let's get started on project number 1. The month of March highlights the American Red Cross. This was founded in 1881 by Clara Barton and is the United States' premier emergency response organization. The American Red Cross is part of a worldwide organization which offers neutral humanitarian care to the victims of war. In the United States, around 4 million people give blood to the Red Cross, making this organization the largest supplier of blood and products in the country. So, I made a kit that has some of my first aid supplies when I need them. The supplies needed to make this first aid box include one metal box, and this was from my stash, some red vinyl glossy cricket paper from Joann Fabrics, white flat Rust-Oleum paint, and scissors. So I painted the top of the metal box white and let it dry. Then I accidentally scratched it, so I had to spray paint the top again. And remember, you want to do this outside or when you have really good ventilation. The bottom of the metal box was a pale gray, so I decided to leave it that color. And instead of using my Cricut, it was easy for me to cut the American Red Cross emblem with scissors. I applied it to the box, but was a little crooked, so I removed it and reapplied it. Maybe a couple times. So there you have it. Put your Band-Aids, alcohol wipes, antibiotic ointment, and other supplies your household uses, and you will know where to find them. The box with the Red Cross logo. Now, again, what month is this? Let me talk a little bit about them. Now, Tammy Happiness Created does a multiplicity of DIYs, such as chalk couture, spring floral, garden, and tea party decor. Her crafting is amazing. And CJ DIY is so sweet. She does beautiful spring DIYs, flip thrips, farmhouse, and all of the seasons DIYs. And Brenda Rustic and Lace does signs, cute themed DIYs, and mystery box swaps. Her DIYs are so cute. And last but not least, Brandy, the DIY Struggle, does decoupage, thrift flips, scrap wood risers, and is very creative. So make sure you follow all of them and all of the other wonderful DIYers, and you will not be disappointed. Now, March birth flower is the daffodil. Its botanical name is NARCISSUS, and it is sometimes called jonquil. The daffodil flower symbolizes new beginnings, deep affection, rebirth, and happiness. These flowers bloom in early spring and look gorgeous because of their yellow and white petals. So I decided to make a wreath out of daffodils. And it's surprising, but they're all paper daffodils. So the supplies you need for this project include white cardstock paper, yellow cardstock paper, and then a deeper yellow cardstock paper, a hot glue gun, some foam board, and a ruffled punch. So I cut a circle out of foam board and cut an opening in the middle. Now, I had another YouTube tutorial about cutting out a foam board, and so you may want to refer back to that. I cut 20 sets of 2 yellow daffodil petals and 20 sets of white daffodil petals. In addition, I punched out 40 ruffled circles. Some were light yellow and some were dark yellow. Now it was time to put them all together. I hot glued the petals together to look like a daffodil and cut the circle to make the inside of the flower, which would be called the stamen, and glued it right in the middle. Everything was cut by hand except the stamen of the flower, which I used by ruffled punch. After they were completed, I start cutting around the ruffled punch until I got to the middle. And then I took an end of a wood piece that I had and ran it around that wood piece, and it turned out round, and then I just hot glued it together. Once they were completed, I started putting them around my foam board. You can hang it on the wall, or you can put it on the table and put a candle in the middle. How lovely is this? And my last DIY are what are the colors for March? The colors for March are light blue and white. Light blue is all about hope, happiness, and white is for purity and clarity and peace. I decided to go the easy route and paint a plastic bottle that I had around the home. I cleaned it up and started painting it. The supplies needed include 1 bottle, some white chalk paint, and Craftsman Turquoise satin acrylic paint, and I used Royal Navy Deco Art Americana paint. And it shows up quite well on the plastic bottle. I wanted to show 3 different types of mood, so it is 3 different shades of blue. White on the top, light blue, then dark blue. I also ran out of paint, so I had to go to the store and get some different kind of paint. Didn't exactly match what I had before, but in painting over it, I think it made it a lot better. I had originally used a foam brush, but it wasn't working out too well, and I didn't want to use the brush with the bristles. So I got a round foam brush and just pounced it around the bottle, and it made it so nice. Now you want to throw some baby's breath inside, and you have a look for summer at the beach or maybe on your patio. So if you have liked what you have seen, please save, comment, and like. Help a girl out and subscribe. I would love to have you in the family. And I will leave you with 2 things. There's Daffodils by William Wordsworth. It says, "For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils." So, with that, kindness is doing what you can, where you are, and with what you have. So you have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.